Now we're hearing from the 24th verse, chapter 30. By the causeless mercy of Guru and Vaishnavas, we heard yesterday how if we want Bhagavad Ras to enter our heart and to be transcending Jada Ras, then first of all we must meditate on the lotus footprints of the Lord. That place where the Lord's footprints have graced, that is Vrindavan Dham. Take shelter of Vrindavan Dham and always meditate on the Lord's footprints in your heart. If you cannot remember the whole feet, then remember the barley corn, the lotus, the flag, the fish, the symbol of the sky, the disc, and so forth. Meditate on these 16 symbols, and while chanting Gopal mantra, and then meditate on, it is very difficult to meditate on the deity of the mantra because we are so immersed in Jada Ras. So if we meditate on the symbols of his lotus feet or on his lotus feet and pray to them, then by taking shelter of them, by this you will achieve certain auspiciousness. Therefore, when Swami Prabhupada established ISKCON, what did he do? He put the lotus symbol and made the BBT. And he gave the tilak symbol. He made the his logo was with the lotus and the tilak. Sadhus, they wear a panchamala. The devotees have symbols of the Lord on their body, on their forehead, on their 12 limbs of their body with the tilak. In the Ramanuja Sampradaya, at the time of Diksha, they will put a symbol of the chakra and they say, oh, now this Sudarshan chakra of the Lord will always be on you, and then Maya will not have no adhikar over you, or will not be able to control you. In the Nimbarka Sampradaya, they take the symbol of other symbols of the Lord. They take the symbol of Akash. Akash means like a symbol of the sky, and that is on the Lord's feet. Mahaprabhu said, you should apply tilak on your body. What is this tilak? This is not only Gopi Chandan, this is the Lord's temple or Sri Mandir. On the two sides there are two lines. These are called the Urdhva Rekhas. On one side there is Shiva, on one side there is Vishnu. On one side there is Shiva, and one side is Brahma, and in the middle Bhagavan Vishnu is present. This is the Hari Mandir. If you can meditate on these symbols, then by meditating on them, the devotees, their minds become absorbed in drinking the nectar of the Lord's lotus feet and lose taste for the Jada Ras or taste of this world. If you meditate on the Lord's lotus feet, which have the lotus and so much nectar, then the bee of your mind will be absorbed there, and you will lose taste for all the material tastes or nectars of this world. Mahaprabhu, Dhyan Chandra Goswami, Vakreshwar Pandit, and Sarvabhauma Pandit, they said that give tulasi and chandan to the lotus feet of the Lord and meditate on that tulasi, take shelter of tulasi. In that way, then within you, no one will have right over you. Deir tulasi tila deha samarpinu doya jani na charubimora. Offer tulasi you offer your body with tulasi and sesame, and in this way you offer your body to the Lord, and then no one will have any proprietorship over it. The Guru Varga, at the time of giving Diksha, first of all, they give tulasi, and in this way they offer you to the lotus feet of the Lord. When our mind is very restless, then how can we control our mind and engage in spiritual practice? Therefore, there is the symbol of the Ankush, or the goad, the elephant goad. If you meditate on this elephant goad, then your senses will be controlled, and they will not be restless running here and there. They will be controlled. Therefore, if someone has not studied the Gopal Tapani Upanishad, the Puranas, and so forth, have not heard of these things, then how will they meditate and do dhyan, dharana, and so forth? Therefore, Our Jiva Goswami in the Vaishnav Toshini and Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in the Sarartha Darshini, they explain all these things. The Guru Varga, for us to progress in our sadhana, they have showed us where to go, who to take shelter of, and what to do. Therefore, what did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu say to Raghunath Das Goswami? O Raghunath, only Vairagya will not be enough. That it is described that the renunciation of Raghunath was like a line in a stone. It was so strong. Mahaprabhu was himself present, and Swarup Damodar, he was present as well. But then why did they show this Vairagya, renunciation? For what purpose? Were they giving up sense enjoyment or sense objects? If they do not have anurag or spiritual attachment, that, oh, we are nearby Mahaprabhu, but then what will we do? We may be nearby Guru or Vaishnavas, but then our anurag is somewhere else, our love and attachment is somewhere else. Vishaya vinivartante niraharasya dehinang raso varjang rasopyasya parang drisva nivartate. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita 2:42. One day, we have done renunciation, we have renounced things, we have followed full fast on the Ekadashi, and then the next day we sit with 3 plates of the 3 meals we missed. Then, what is the benefit of that? Oh, one day our stomach is bad and we do not eat. Then, after a few days, our stomach is better and then we eat day and night. So, what is the benefit of this? Krishna says, look, to be separate from sense objects and sense desires, if you can live like that, it is not possible. It is extremely rare. As long as you are in this world or samsara, then you must learn how to offer all objects to the Lord. First offer yourself, then you will naturally offer all other things you have or you possess or which come in contact with you. Then, otherwise, if you do not offer yourself and you offer other things, this is just like a business transaction, that you are not offering yourself and then you are just offering things to the Lord for some selfish motivation. Therefore, it is said, our mind is very restless, it is uncontrolled. Therefore, what should we do? The goad is there. It is on the Lord's lotus feet. Meditate on that goad. Then meditate on the lotus symbol. And when we meditate on the Lord knows what to do and how to help and bring the jivas into his line. Mahaprabhu told Das Goswami, O Raghunath, he was very happy seeing his renunciation, but he said, this will not last. You need relationship. Therefore, he gave him the Gunjamala and Giriraj Shila and said, serve them. Through service, you create relationship. Before he was serving Mahaprabhu, and he would invite all the Vaishnavas and give them prasad. After every few days, he would do this. He would invite everyone, and so much nice Jagannath prasad would be given to everyone. He did this festival every few days for a couple years. But then after some time, one time Mahaprabhu asked Swarup Damodar, why isn't Raghunath inviting us anymore to these feasts? Then Swarup said, he told me that he thought that you are not happy by this. He comes but he's not happy. Then Mahaprabhu said, Raghunath has understood my mind. If you eat the food of Vishayis or enjoyers, then your mind will not be able to meditate on Krishna. So Raghunath, his money was coming from his father, who was considered a Vaishnav Prai, like a Vaishnav in appearance, but who he still had material desires. So Mahaprabhu was not happy with this. We may have the mood, I am serving the Vaishnavas and the Bhaktas, and we may have some pride come within us. Then what will happen? And if we give people, we will think of them, we will not think of Krishna. We will forget the Lord himself. We will go far away from him. Therefore, Mahaprabhu said, Raghunath, stop these feasts, it is good. What did he do after that? Then he would do madhukari. In the evening time, he would beg outside of houses for some food to maintain his life. He would go outside the temple, that they take some leftover food or leftover prasad and they give it out. Or businessmen, they have a soup kitchen and they would have lines where the poor people were fed. And Raghunath would go there as well. So Jagannath, he always keeps some prasad so that in the evening time outside his temple, after Sayanarti and Pushpanjali are offered, at that time, whatever prasad is left over, they distribute it outside to all the poor people, or to any beggars, or any sadhus, or anyone who wants it. After that, then they give it to the Chatras. So Raghunath, what did he do after that? He went to the soup kitchen and would take there once a day. And then after that, he would take the rotten rice that was thrown out, and the cows would not even eat. Then Mahaprabhu said, okay, now serve Giriraj. What is Nirgun or Sattvic Seva? Offer tulasi and offer some Ganga water or some pure water. And Mahaprabhu said also, you should offer something else. He said, Srup Damodar every day, give him 4 kodis of Khaja, Jagannath Khaja, these special sweet in Puri. Then so many nice things would come for Giriraj, and they would serve Giriraj. And then there was no, Mahaprabhu did not become upset. Why? All the devotees were giving this now. Swarup Damodar is giving this now. It was not Raghunath's father, and now Raghunath could never have any pride that if I am giving the feast, some pride may come. But the devotees are all arranging it, then what is the question of pride? Now, our book on Raghunath Das Goswami will soon be published. So I was praying. Then I saw Haridas Thakur was doing bhajan and Harinam. Day and night, 3 lakhs of Harinam. He was chanting like this in the forest jungle. He took birth in a Muslim family, and then he came to Shantipur, to Kulia Gram, nearby the Ganga, and did bhajan there. But from there, he went to Arisapta Gram, on the other side of the Ganga. He would go so far there to meet with Raghunath Das Goswami. Every day he would go, or very regularly he would go. But why? Haridas Thakur said, oh, I am chanting Harinam, but I want that Rati, that pure love. If Rati Manjari, wherever she is, Rati Manjari, she is Raghunath Das Goswami, as well as Guna Manjari, Kasturi Manjari, Lavanga Manjari, Rupa Manjari, Rup Sanatan, and so forth. Then they had all come, so Haridas Thakur wanted their association. He said, Rati is love, and he said, material love will not do. I want that spiritual, transcendental love, so I need the association of that Rati. So he searched for her, and he would go from Puriya to Adisatagran, which is very far away, and he would walk there while chanting, and go. He would cross the Ganga, and then go and meet with Raghunath Das Goswami when he was still a boy. He was a young boy at that time, and he would take his darshan, and in the assembly there, Yadunandanacharya, Dvaitacharya, and other learned devotees would come. Hiranya and Govardhan, the father and uncle of Raghunath Das, they would serve everyone, and they would offer whatever they would need in their bhajan. They would serve all the Vaishnavas very nicely. But why would the Vaishnavas go there? They would go to meet with Raghunath. And Raghunath, seeing him, they would all be very happy. Why would they be so happy? Oh, he is Radharani's Rati Manjari who had come herself. So, how will they manifest that Rati? How will people know of that Rati? When he went for Mahaprabhu's darshan, after sannyas in Shantipur, what did Mahaprabhu say? O Raghunath, Grihe jayo na hoy batul, na how krame krame pavasindukul. Go back home, do not show like you are a renunciant. Antare nishta kore bhaya loke babahar. Go back home, do not act like a madman. It's not the proper time now. I will tell you when is the proper time. Gradually you can cross over everything. Do not make some external performance. That so many people are there who they will show themselves with such big tilak, such a big sika, such big neck beads and beads. But how long will we keep up this show while maintaining so much deceit and hypocrisy and sinful tendencies in our heart? So Mahaprabhu sent him home. Then later, Nityananda Prabhu said to all the devotees, come, dance and do Sankirtan. But he said, if you do not have Bhagavan's Rati, love for the Lord, then Vishaya Vista Chittanam Krishna Bhakti Sudurlabha, that you can always find sense gratification on all sides, but pure love for the Lord is very rare. O Raghunath, today I am giving you punishment. When Raghunath came to the assembly at Panihati, then he said, oh, give everyone prasad, arrange a feast for everyone. What is that feast? He said, oh, that Rati that you have within you, that pure love, that love through which you have controlled everyone, Mahaprabhu, Radha Krishna, and everyone. Please distribute that rati. Therefore, he said, Apurva rati, Purva mati taromaya, that transcendental, unprecedented love. How can you attain that? Therefore, Guru Goste, in his Manashiksha Raghunathas Goswami, said Guru. Guru means not just one Guru, it means Guru and Shiksha Guru, Diksha and Shiksha and Bhajan and so forth. Then Brajadam, Guru Goste. Goste means the holy Dhams. After that, Guru, after giving Diksha, Guru sends one to the Dham, and then in the Dham he sends to the devotees, Gostala Yeshu, the Brajabasis. Who is staying in the Goshta or the Dham? The Brajabasis. So they have this rati for Radha and Krishna. Then Sujane Bhushuna Gure. Who are the Sujan or honest people? Those who are Sajjan, or the devotees. They have this rati as well. Then the Brahmins, the Busur, they have some rati like this as well. So go to them all. He taught, therefore, how you can get this rati. Where is that as well? Svamantre Srinamne. When you chant your mantra that was given by Guru, and you meditate on these mantras, and you meditate on the presiding deity of the Lord, rati can be found there. Then Srinam, in the Lord's holy names. If you develop attachment to the holy names, then you can quickly progress. Then Brajanava Yuva Danda Saranne. Remember the youthful Kishore Kishori of Braj, they have this rati. Where else? Sada Dhammam Hitva Kuru. Give up all false ego and pride. Purvam Ati Mati Taram Taye. If you want to achieve that unprecedented pure divine love, then you must follow this process. So Haridas Thakur, who is Brahma and Prahlad combined, would go, and they would go to that Raghunath for this transcendental love or rati. Simply by his darshan, then this apurva rati or unprecedented love can be achieved. Therefore, darshan pavitra koroeta maragun, that simply by your darshan, then so much auspiciousness is received. And what did Mahaprabhu say? Nityananda gave instruction, distribute this. What? It did not even let a few minutes. For us to make a feast takes so long, especially if there's tens and hundreds of thousands of people. But by the instruction of Nityananda Prabhu, then Raghunath very quickly arranged everything. In under an hour, everything was arranged and everyone was taking prasad. How? Madhu sneha and grita sneha. This is like honey love, honey affection, and ghee. This is in Braj. There are two categories of this love. One is called Madhu and one is Grita. Grita means ghee and Madhu is honey. So then he arranged 2 pots for each devotee or each guest or each participant in that feast. In one he would have milk, flat rice, and ghee, bananas, other fruits. In the other pot he would use honey, flat rice, yogurt, and so forth. Then he made these 2 pots of flat rice sweets and gave them to everyone. And by taking this Madhu and Grita Sneha, then everyone became eligible for this pure love of Radha and Krishna. So then Mahaprabhu said, Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga Sikshartam Ekam Purusham Purana Sri Chaitanya Shriradari Kripam Buddhirya Bhagavan Murari. O Murari, now you have come in the form of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You have come to give that transcendental rati. This rati, how can it be achieved? Mahaprabhu therefore gave Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami and the 6 Goswamis. That rati is with them. When the 6 Goswamis, when Das Goswami, he went to Braj after Swarup Damodar and Mahaprabhu and others had left. Then he sat on the bank of Radhakund, and that rati cannot be found elsewhere. Therefore, we must learn how to pray for that rati. How can we achieve it? Here, it is said in this Ras Leela, in the Rasa-pancadhyayi, that the lotus feet of the Lord, simply meditate on those symbols of the Lord's lotus feet, the mantra and its presiding deity, meditate on them. By that meditation and smaran, remembrance, then the transcendental rati for the Lord will certainly come within you. Do not do dry bhajan. Mahaprabhu said, O Raghunath, he gave them an instruction. Mahaprabhu asked him for an instruction. Raghunath asked him for an instruction. Mahaprabhu said, Amani manad hoy Krishna sada Brajarada Krishna manasi seva kuribe. Be free of all desire for respect and respect all others according to their position. But that is not enough. You must also internally meditate and serve the divine couple of Raj, Shri Radha Krishna. He had achieved the direct service of the Lord, but the Lord said, "Oh, do Manasi Seva, serve in your mind. If your mind is not serving, and you are serving with your body, then after some days you may say, 'Oh, Saleh, no one is chanting here, no one is doing anything. Salah, this work is not useful. Why should I do all this work? This is all useless.' So, by physically serving without internal understanding and mood, then it will not be enough. Therefore, Rasana Manasi Niyojaha, engage your mind. After this, then you can engage your tongue and your body. Your tongue or your body will naturally then be engaged if your mind is engaged. So Mahaprabhu therefore told him to engage the mind in loving service of the divine couple of Braj, Shri Radha Krishna. When you do this while chanting Harinam, then by this, at the same time, do service. Meditate on the footprints of the Lord. These 16 symbols on the feet of the Lord are so auspicious. In Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, there are different symbols. Our Sridhar Goswami Maharaj wrote his Gauranga Smaran Mangal Stotra. Bhaktivinoda Thakur wrote this Smaran Mangal Stotram, and Bhakti Rakshak Shridhar also wrote prayers about Mahaprabhu. Then Bhaktivinoda Thakur also wrote the Astakali Leela of Mahaprabhu. Before we would go, and we would recite these Astakali Leela of Mahaprabhu, his eightfold daily pastimes, as well as his Gauranga Smaran Mangal Stotram, which is Sanskrit verses delineating all the pastimes of Mahaprabhu. So what are the symbols of Nityananda's feet? And what are the symbols of Mahaprabhu's feet? What are the symbols on Radharani's feet? We should understand this, search out this, and embrace these lotus feet in your heart. Then how can you not achieve pure rati or love? But we do not want to do any work. We are lazy. We do not want to go to Guru Vaishnavas or to learn anything. And how will we get this rati? Oh, if we do not get this rati, then material attachment will increase. And material love will increase. If we never meditate on the Lord's lotus feet, then we will think of some other Havali palace and Navali, some attractive man or woman. Therefore, here, Jiva Goswami says, meditate also on the symbols in the Lord's hands. If there is a great personality, they will not have an Adam's apple, and they will have 3 auspicious lines in their throat, and also auspicious lines on their stomach or belly, as well as on their hands and feet. All the symptoms of a divine personality are given in Sastra, and they can be seen on the body. If their lips are very thin, they will be very miserly, and if they have big lips, then they will be very magnanimous. And if the lower lip is big and the other one is small, then they are great enjoyers. If they have Chandra or moons on their fingers, that person certainly will be Suddha Sattvik. And his hand, whatever he does, he will get fame through that. So all the symbols are explained. Each limb has some special explanation. So when Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur was chanting the Kam Gayatri, and he could not find that it had been said in Sastra that there was 24 and a half syllables, but he could not understand what was the last syllable. Then he went to Radhakund and he was prepared to give up his life, not able to find this. Then Radharani herself gave him darshan. But what are we doing? We are eating like buffaloes and sleeping like buffaloes, and then we are passing so much, and we are thinking, how much can I eat and how much stool can I pass? If I cannot pass a lot of stool, I'm not happy. But we have not learned how to do meditation. We do not learn anything from Vaishnavas. Then how will our minds become attached in the Lord? If we can endeavor in that way, then Mahaprabhu will certainly teach us everything. Mahaprabhu said, "O Bhakreshwar Pandit, Gopal Guru Goswami, Dhyan Chandra Goswami, his disciple, and on the other side, Gadadhar Pandit. This is Gadadhar Pandit's parampara. So go to them, learn from them." Mahaprabhu, Pradumna Mishra came to him and he said, "Go to Ramananda Roy." Then in this way, wherever this rati is, the Lord will show us how can we find this rati. We should endeavor for this, and there's a proper method to achieve this. Therefore, to achieve this aprakrita transcendental ras, there is a proper method, there is a path. If you do not follow that path, only you become like the ghost of Maya. Do not become like the ghost of Maya. If you want to be a bhoot or ghost, become Brahma bhoot. Krishna therefore said, Brahmabhuta prasanatma, that person who becomes Brahmabhut, like not Maya Bhut. Bhut means ghost, but it also means absorption. And Panchabhut means like the 5 elements, and the 5 senses, and the objects of the senses. So you should become the Bhut of Brahma. Brahmabhuta prasanatma na sochati na kankshati. Then you will lose all material thirst and taste and lamentation, and you will always be absorbed in the service of the transcendental divine couple, Radha Krishna in Braj. Then Mad Bhakti Labate Param, you will achieve my transcendental devotion. Therefore, you should not be lazy. If you cannot do anything, then just meditate on the Lord's lotus feet, or the trikon, the pyramid or the triangle on the Lord's foot. This is called the trikon. Meditate on these symbols. There are so many different avatars. They do not have all these symbols. Some have some and some have others. There is the bow and the drop. Around the charan there is like a mandal. And the Lord is described Akanda Mandalakaram. Guru is also glorified like this, like he is Mandalakar, the abode of all mandalas. That person who is present with that, he is Guru. Therefore it is said, Akanda Mandalakaram Vyatim Jaracharam. That person who is present everywhere, omnipresent, the Lord. If you cannot bring him in your heart, then you are not fortunate. But that is not such an easy thing. He is limitless. How can he come in our insignificant, finite heart? How is it possible for the infinite to enter our finite heart? The person who can bring him in our heart, that is Guru. That person who can bring the infinite into our finite heart, he is Guru. It is not a light work. Therefore, Guru is described to be heavy, very heavy. So meditate like on the Lord's hands and his feet and also his fingernails. On his fingernails he has the moons. Also there are described to be 24.5 moons in the Lord. Das Goswami said again and again, to achieve unprecedented love, Apurva Rati, follow this process. First, Guru, take shelter of Sri Guru. Here, Diksha Guru is not first said. Diksha and Shiksha are both together. Guru. Our Shiksha, if he is very strong, if our teacher is teaching us very nicely, then naturally we will serve Diksha Guru with proper knowledge and etiquette. When people would come to Gurudev, then Gurudev would say, this is my dharma to serve everyone. Therefore I came to prepare everyone and offer them to the lotus feet of my Guru. If I cannot do this, then what Vaishnava Seva have I performed? This is Vaishnava Seva, to make everyone so qualified and make them permanently at the service of Sri Guru, to make them directly realize Sri Guru. If we directly realize Guru in his form, then we will realize God as well. Where is Guru? He said, Ramchandra, Kaviraj said, look, where is your Guru, Srinivasacharya? He gave everyone qualification. He is in Radhakund serving Sri Radha. This is the symptom of Sri Shiksha Guru. Our Gurudev gave us so much lessons on this. When we came new to the Mat, he said, look, will you hear the glories of Shiksha Guru? One time there was a king, Muslim king in Delhi. Then to teach his student, he was looking for a teacher. So he arranged a good tutor, and the tutor would come from far away every day to the palace. He would come through the different fields and the pathways to the palace and teach the prince. Why? This was like a very important duty. The king had selected him to be the tutor of the prince. So no matter what the environment, he would go there. Even if it was raining and storming, he would every day go. So one day, it was raining so hard, but still the Guru came. The prince was outside. Because it was raining so hard, the tutor was late. And because the fields were full of water, he had to wade through the water. The king was present on his royal throne. He had so much work, he was arranging all his different work. And the prince, he was outside pacing, waiting on the courtyard. When the tutor came, then he had mud on his feet. And he thought, how can I enter within the palace and through all the royal carpets? Then he asked the prince, please bring some water. Then he washed his feet nicely and got off all the mud so he could enter the palace without polluting it or contaminating it. But then he was a little afraid. Oh, I asked the prince to bring me water. Oh, if the king hears of this, the Muslim king, what will he do? I do not know. Oh, he was very worried. I begged water from the prince. I commanded him or asked him to bring me water. There were no servants present, so when he came, then he had just asked the prince. Then sometime later, he was thinking, oh, he was afraid maybe the king will call me or summon me. And this indeed happened. The king sent a messenger and said, oh, summon the tutor. So the tutor began to shiver and shake. The king told the messenger after the messenger came, and he said, tell the tutor after the class to come and meet with me. Then all the blood in his body began to dry up. He was thinking, oh, today certainly I will get the death punishment. Why? Because I instructed the prince to give me water. I am such a lowly tutor. That he was shaking and he was thinking, oh, now my life's time has ended. After the lesson was over, then with great trepidation he went inside to the royal assembly. Then the king pointed to the bottom of his throne and said, sit, or indicated to sit. Then he sat down and he was shaking. He thought, oh, certainly I will get some strong punishment, either death or something like torture or so forth. And the king did not say anything for 5 minutes, 6, 7 minutes. This way he began to be even more afraid. The king had a very grave countenance. After this, after 5 or 10 minutes, the king said, oh, he prayed to the king, I have done something very wrong. Please forgive me. The king saw that his body had become like blue, and he was shivering and perspiring. Then the king said, oh, I want to ask you something. I want to tell you something. Then, oh, you are the tutor of my son, the prince. Why did you ask him for water? You asked him for water. Why did you wash your own feet? You should have had him come and wash your feet. That you had him bring the water, but that was not good. That was not enough. You have not taught him. You are the guru, and the prince, he did not wash your feet. You brought the water through the prince, but then you washed your own feet. This was very bad, very wrong. You should have taught him that how is the proper service of guru. I have given you all responsibility to teach my son. If you do not teach him properly, then he will not learn anything. So then it was like in one moment, 100 kilos of blood entered his body. Then he was so happy. Oh, the king gave him such respect. So, if we cannot give respect to our teacher, then how will we become the object of their mercy? And how can their power come within us? Therefore, the king said to the prince, he is your tutor, he is your guru. Respect him and serve him. Whatever he says, you must listen, and then you will have some good life. So Gurudev told us, if someone is working so hard for you and endeavoring so much for your welfare, if you have no faith in them, and then how will you get mercy from them? It's not possible. The teacher comes to teach you, but if you have no respect for him, you cannot gain anything as long as you do not get his mercy. And if you have no etiquette, then how will you get his mercy and affection? If you are impudent and have no service tendency, then how can you get his mercy? Then, in this way, the etiquette of how to serve a Shiksha Guru was established. When Prabhupada established the Gaudiya Math, all the different sannyasis, Maharajas, like Nemi Maharaj, Tirtha Maharaj, Bhaktivinoda Bharati Maharaj, there were so many very educated sannyasis, very learned sannyasis. When Prabhupada was leaving, he said, now, take shelter of these great exalted souls. I am present with them. Guru is present in the hearts of the Vaishnavas. And Bhagavan is present in the hearts of the Vaishnavas. Then Guru is where God is. And the devotees, Vaishnavas, by their love, they have brought the Lord and kept him in their hearts. Therefore, if you cannot respect them, then Guru will never give you mercy. And if he sees you respecting Vaishnavas, Guru will give his full mercy to you. Feeling that, oh, they have respected my Vaishnavas so much. It is said, if you respect the brahmacharis of a temple, this is the same as respecting Guru. Therefore, Prabhupada gave 108 instructions when he was leaving. He did not stay for so long. When he was 65, he left. Then When many of the god brothers came to Param Gurudev for shelter, they said to him, "Oh, you are our Shakshad Prabhupada, like the direct form of our Prabhupada." He was the elder god brother, so they all saw him like their Gurujan. They gave him the title Pasanda Gajaika Singha, the lion that destroys all the wicked atheists. Gajaika Singha, which have like atheists like elephants. You are the lion that destroys them. So they said, "Oh, we have come to you for darshan of Prabhupada. You have so much love of Prabhupada, and you have so much love for him, and so much service tendency for him. Therefore, we see Prabhupada in you." This is the proper respect for a Shiksha Guru. And by this we can have Atma Kalyan, spiritual welfare. Then Apurva Rati, this is the method to achieve unprecedented love. Otherwise, through Jada Rati, material love, we can never get liberation. That person in front of us, we have no respect for him. Shreya Shritim Bhakti Mudasyate Vibho Klishantiye Kaivala Bodha Labdaye Tesham Aso Klishela Eva Sisyate Nanyat Kada Gatinam. We are not taking the essence. We have collected so much dry husk with no grain, and we are thrashing it day and night, but we can never get even a single grain. So in this way, we are serving so many material people, doing so many material work, but we can never gain even a single benefit. Therefore, if you offer yourself to Shiksha Guru and take shelter from him and teachings from him, then you can learn how to serve Diksha Guru and God. Therefore, Raghunath Das Goswami prayed again and again, Nija Nikita Nivasam Dehi Vigo Vardhanatvam. He told Giriraj, "Oh, Mahaprabhu gave you to me. Without Mahaprabhu's mercy, I am so unqualified, I am so foolish and ignorant and unqualified, but still Sachinandan gave me you, Giriraj, even though I am unqualified. Please, therefore, always keep me at your lotus feet. I am so wicked and hypocritical, but Mahaprabhu gave you to me and offered me at your lotus feet. Now, please, give me your mercy." What is that? Nija Nikata Nivasam Dehi Govardham. Nija Nikata, he said to Giriraj, give me the association of someone dear to you, someone who is like Giriraj Nija Nikata, someone who is dear to you, Giriraj, give me their association, and then I can get your mercy. Otherwise, if I go to you directly, like we may go and 1,000 times rub our nose in the dirt, but they will not give us their mercy. But that person who is very dear and beloved to Giriraj, if you go in their association, they can teach you how to respect Giriraj and serve Giriraj and make relation with Giriraj. Otherwise, you go to Giriraj and rub your nose in the dirt, and then you steal some Giriraj Shila and run away. Then what will happen? You will not get mercy like this. Mahaprabhu would keep Giriraj on his chest and weep, or on his eyes and weep, or on his head. He had so much love for Giriraj. So how can you get that rati or love? Take that love. Then he was serving so nicely. If we do not get the mercy or love of the servants, then how can we get mercy of the Master? That, there are so many sweets and there are so many things we can do. We can do so many things. We can have a photo of Giriraj, or a photo of, we can serve. Like in the shops, you find the photos of the deities, and they sell so many things there, but do they have pure love? So just having, to be close to a picture, this is not real relationship. So if we do not have connection with someone very dear and beloved to them, then we cannot make a loving relationship with them. And without that loving relationship, what is the point of just having a picture? In the Kam Gayatri, there are 24.5 syllables, and these are all like full moons and a half moon. There are symbols like on Krishna's fingers, his toes. These are 20 moons. And then there are 4.5 more moons. When the gopis were searching for Krishna, and then they saw when they finally found the footprints of Krishna, then they had darshan of these and became overwhelmed with bliss and began to praise them. Then they found this was the pathway to find Sri Krishna. There were two symbols there. One was Srimati Radhika's and one was Krishna's. They saw, who is beloved to Krishna? They saw her footprints. They were not against her before, but those who are Swapaksha in Radharani's group, they understood the glory. And then there are some who are Samasneha, equipoised, equal to Radha and Krishna. Then there are some who are favored to Krishna more. So Krishna said, oh, everyone has love for me, but who has love for my beloved, my Radha? When the gopis in other groups saw Radharani's footprints, then they understood who is Krishna's real, dear most beloved. They understood without her shelter we cannot become beloved to Krishna. If we take shelter of the beloved, then naturally the lover will also have affection for us. Therefore, seeing the footprints of Krishna, the gopis thought, now along with those there are Radharani's footprints. Now we will hear all these things. The gopis, seeing the footprints of Sri Krishna, they went forward. Then they said, oh, they saw the footprints of some other Brajavadu. Brajavadu means a maiden of Braj. Seeing these footprints, they began to speak one amongst another. Oh, we made some mistake, that we have not taken shelter of that beloved of Krishna. Therefore Krishna neglected us. That, oh, we want Guru, but we do not want relation with Guru's disciples. We want God, but we do not want his associates or those who are dear to him. We want to enjoy God or enjoy Guru. And we have no faith or respect for their associates. That, oh, not everything can be learned by words. If you want to teach something, sometimes you need to teach them by some practical experience. It is said, oh, murka, someone who is like an ignorant, educated person, then they may be taught so many things, but they are still very foolish. So they need practical lesson. Krishna before, he said so many things to the gopis, but now he is showing by some indication. So then by that manner you can get a prakrita ras, otherwise you cannot achieve it. So, for example, if there's a feast, first you should see, who is the feast for? Is it for God, for his devotees? What would Mahaprabhu do? He said, oh, give the devotees pitapana and give me lafra or sak. Mahaprabhu would sit all the devotees down and feed them himself. Then Swarup and the other devotees would come to Mahaprabhu and said, please, Lord, please sit down and we will feed you. But he said, no, I will distribute prasad to the devotees myself. Especially on the day of Haridas Thakur's disappearance, Mahaprabhu himself fed all the devotees. So, Mahaprabhu also said, Akanta Puriya Prasad Seva Nache Gao Bhakta Sang Khura Sankirtan Kabuna Baidive Vishaya Taranga. That, oh, take prasad up to your neck, do not even leave one spot or 1 inch for Maya to enter, and then dance and sing with the devotees. Then Maya will never touch you. Do not leave any place for Maya. All the way up to the neck, to the chin. So Swarup Damodar himself would serve, and Mahaprabhu would give so much prasad on the plates of the devotees, and he said, take more, take more. Then dance and sing in Sankirtan. So, Jiva Goswami says, when the gopis saw the footprints of Radha and Krishna, they saw the symbols present on the grass with kumkum. They had searched in so many places but had not found the footprints. But now, seeing the footprints of Krishna and his beloved, The gopis thought. Then, after a while, they could only see one pair of footprints, and they thought, oh, she could not walk, so Krishna carried her on his shoulders. See how dear she is to him. First they saw two pairs of footprints, and then they saw only one, only Krishna, so they thought, oh, Krishna is now carrying her. Then, further ahead, they saw how dear she is to the Lord. If the Lord himself is carrying that person on his shoulders, then how dear that person is. So they thought, oh, they had some faith come in Radharani. This faith is the most important thing. It is said, faith can bestow entrance and relation and pure love, that where faith develops, then the Lord will enter the heart, and then the mind will not be restless like a mad person moving around in Maya. Otherwise, without this faith, you may run around like a mad person, chanting, doing Gita, doing prasad, doing seva, serving, doing thousands of things, but without faith, what is the benefit? If you have faith, if that awakens in your heart, oh, people will not have to tell you what to do. No one will have to say that chant mantra or do anything. Naturally, you will do everything. If you have faith, then all good qualities enter within you when you have that faith. If you have faith in wicked people, then wicked qualities will come within you. And if you have faith in good people, then good qualities will come in with you. There is no need to tell or to give instruction. Gurudev would never tell us in his life, or never give us instructions. And Bhama Goswami Maharaj would never give us instructions. That they would say, oh, this is the instructions of our acharyas and our sastra. If you follow it, then some goodness will come. But if you do not follow, what can I say? They would not give direct instructions. If you do not follow, then it will be Guru Avagya, offense of Guru. But if you serve Guru and Vaishnavas and develop faith in them, then all transcendental qualities will awaken within you. Like brahmacharis would fight for service before, like, oh, I will sweep the temple, or I will wash the pots. And if someone else came to wash the pots, they would say, no, this is my service, I am washing the pots. Then there was no need to instruct anyone, do service, clean the pots, clean the floor, cook prasadam, go on bhiksha. They would all be fighting to go first, that I will serve first, or I will be engaged in the most service. Where the faith develops, then naturally all good tendency and qualities will arise within you. Therefore, in the Sarata Darshini, it is described, seeing the footprints of Radharani, everyone was stunned and astonished. They thought, oh, how fortunate Radha is. She has all transcendental qualities, and she is the most dear beloved. Before they were meditating on Krishna, and they were Krishna-moy, absorbed in Krishna, and then they imitated his pastimes. But now faith awoke in Radharani, and then this apurva rati, unprecedented love, entered their hearts. Then namrata, vinata, sadgun, humility, and all good qualities entered within them. Now we will hear tomorrow. Gaur Premanandi Hari 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 Bo Radhe Sham.